Hi, guys, and welcome back. Well, you should be welcoming me back because your girl's been gone for a minute. I have not sat down and filmed anything in exactly a month. It's been a little while. We are down to one cat, Miss Salem. Fred ran away from home, and we're okay with that. Um, Salem isn't. She has an opinion. Yes, baby girl. Nothing? Am I good to go? Thank you. So I have filmed this once already, and my phone did not record, so we're going to try again. Let me know if you can hear me. So today we're going to talk about my August TBR. These are books I'm hoping to get to. Reading has become audio only unless I'm in bed before bed, and then it's like 10 to 15 pages while I'm in bed. That's just the way things are going. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it be what it will be. But let's start in on what I'm hoping to read. The first one I have already finished, and I'm just using this as an excuse to talk about it again, and that is Children of Anarchy and Anguish by Tommy Anemi. This is the third in the Children of Blood and Bone series. This follows Zaylee. Zaylee is in a dystopian, Afrocentric dystopian, I believe is what they call it. Don't quote me on that. And she is what they call a magi, meaning if there was magic in this land, she would have it. Her mother was a reaper before magic disappeared, and Zaylee, by a twist of circumstances, ends up having to go on a mission to bring magic back. This is the third one in that series. I loved it. Again, I just want an excuse to talk about it. And if you've not read this, please pick it up. It is totally worth it, and I absolutely love it. Okay, we're good. Next, I have one that I may not get to this month, but it will be on every TBR until I read it. And that is A Spell Shot by Sarah Beth Durst. This one follows I'm not 100% sure if she's a witch, but it follows a librarian as she is saving the library. I did not really read the inside cover. I honestly read the first 5 pages and fell in love. We in the first 5 pages, you meet our main character who is trying to decide on what books she's taking with her. There is a raid going on. She doesn't believe it's going to make it to the library, but in case it does, she wants to make sure she saves her favorite books. And she has crate number 5 in front of her, and then a crate that's, if I have time to grab this crate. And she is like sorting books, and all of a sudden her familiar runs in and says, hey, they're burning the library, we gotta get out of here now. And so she starts running down the stacks to get into the boat to run, and she is grabbing books off the shelf to save them and to preserve them, like her favorites that she didn't get a chance to get to. And so that's all I had to read, and I immediately added it to my TBR, and I'm so happy to have it in my hands and get a chance to read it. Next is one, it's an oldie but a goodie, and that is King of Crows by Libba Bray. This is the final in the Diviner series. If you've never heard this series, it follows Evie. Evie is a diviner, and it's set in the 1920s. She goes to a party and gets drunk on gin. I believe it's gin, during Prohibition, and decides to do her party trick, which is if she holds something of yours, she can tell you your deepest, darkest secrets. Well, the young gentleman she ends up holding the ring to has gotten his maid pregnant and has told her to go get an abortion. And Evie announces this in front of the entire party because she is drunk. He gets mad, claims slander. She refuses to take it back and apologize because it's true. And her parents sent her to New York to live with her uncle. Her uncle runs the look, this museum has a proper name, but all I can think is Museum of Creepy Crawlies, and so that's what we're gonna call it. Um, and while she's with her uncle, the police chief of New York comes to him and asks for his help solving murders that have something to do with the cult, he's almost sure. And Evie ends up wrapped up in it. And these books are so good on audio if you've not picked them up. They have creepy little songs in them. And so the audiobook sings you the creepy little song. Like, I do not recommend reading after night, after it gets dark outside, but I do recommend listening to them. So I am only 8 pages into this, but again, I just picked it up today. Reading has not been a fun time. Like, I read before bed, and that's really it physically, and then all the rest is audibly. So this may be a little bit of a chunky. Yeah, this might be a little zealous of a TBR. But next, I have one that I've been reading before bed as well, and I'm currently 33 pages through it, and I have questions in all the best way, and that is Small Town Horror by Ronald Malafi. This one so far, we're following a dad who is his wife is about to have their first baby, Andrew. And Andrew, you know from the prologue that he's telling you this after all the events have happened. Like, he's writing the book as the events are happening. So he's like, this is not just normal dad, my dad, like dad intuition, or I'm nervous because I'm becoming a dad. This is more. And you're questioning what is going on. So I am very, very interested. I cannot wait to see where this one goes. Next to last is Middle of the Night by Riley Sagar. This one, you can see there's a bookmark in it. I've only read the prologue, I believe. Let me double check that. I don't think I got through the whole prologue last night. Yeah, no, I read the entire prologue, and it doesn't have me hooked yet. I have read 2 Riley Sagars now. I've read The Last Time I Lied and Home Before Dark. I enjoyed Home Before Dark. I thought it was creepy, well written, but the ending just made me angry. And that's more my fault than Mr. Sagar's, or Mrs. Sagar. I'm not sure. It's not the author's fault, it's mine. I forgot that in Home Before Dark, you're reading the book her dad wrote, and then what's actually happening. In my head, they were both happening at the same time. And so I was like determined, and the book the dad wrote was so convincing and good as a ghost story that I forgot we were in the middle of a story. And so it's more my fault than the author's, but that was my big complaint. And The Last Time I Lied, I just found it predictable in all the wrong ways. So yeah, I have another one. I'm hoping to give it a try. If I like this one, I'm going to pick up The Last One Left, which is the last release they had, the only one left, because that one interests me a lot. A lot. Okay, lastly on this TBR is one that it's a joke to be here, but I really want to get some more progress in it, and that is Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Now, before you yell at me in the comments, this did not get put down because I'm not enjoying it. It got put down because I got halfway through it and thought I should pick something else up. And now I'm kind of craving going back again. I do remember the story very, very well. I know I could jump in it with no issues and pick it up. It's just a mammoth of a book. This book is 830 pages, and it has a glossary with a dictionary, and like, it gives you a list of characters so you remember who everybody is. Like, it's a monster to take on, but I am loving it. I do love the 3 perspectives. I love the fact that I'm starting to connect them and like make sense of it. I truly enjoy this book. I just put it down because other things interest me a little more, and here we are. So there you have it. Those are my TBR for August. What are you reading this month? Is it anything as good as this? Because yeah. And let me know, is there any of these I should pick up sooner rather than later? Let me know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.